Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar of Alerts for Dynamics. This is Jairaj Nadar. I will be your host for the today's session. So in this session, we will be seeing how Alerts for Dynamics can create, schedule and manage an alerts within the Dynamics 365 CRM. So for your information, all lines will be muted. In case if you have any questions, any queries, you can feel free to put it in the question window. So while having the Q&A session, I will be able to answer all of your queries. So before I deep dive into the session, let me give you a short brief about Inogic. Inogic is one of the leading service provider and an independent ISV. We are also an exclusive Dynamic 365 CRM boutique shop that has been in the business for more than decades now. We also been active in the CRM community, in which our blogs are very popular. As you can see on the screen, these are all the various productivity add-ons which Inogic has to offer. Among all, I would like to talk about some of the key flagship product of Inogic. Starting with Maplytics. Maplytics is a market-leading CFMD certified product which provide capabilities like visualizing CRM data on map, route optimization, smart appointment planner, territory management, and much more. And next, I would like to talk about SharePoint Security Sync, which is inclusive of our attached Dynamics solution. It is a comprehensive solution for integrating a Dynamic 365 CRM with SharePoint along with the document management. So apart from this product development, Inogic is also an SI. We do provide an offshore development services by assisting our partners and the customers. So if you need any more information related to any of our productivity add-ons or service related, you can do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. So this is the agenda for today's session, where we will be seeing the stats for need for productivity in the CRM, followed by key features of Alerts for Dynamics, then live demonstration, and finally at the end we will be having a Q&A session. So yes, so the stats that you see on the screen, it really says that 23% of our work spent is on emailing by the professionals. So like in many organizations, like a lot of things are work only completely based on the email things that they need to send an email, receive, and they need to talk to on that. But whereas 90% says that with the help of push notification, they have a high open rate. So whenever the emails or any notification, anything has been sent to the users, the notification should be sent to the right user at the right time so that they can perform the actions accordingly. So that's what the stat says. And also $62.4 million is a cost borne by a company for inadequate internal communications. So this is where by keeping alerts for Dynamics or alerts notification within the Dynamics CRM, what are the benefits that you get out of is you can increase your productivity, automate your complex tasks, reduce your manual work, and thereby increasing the efficiency. Let's see what are the features that the Alerts for Dynamics has to offer. So automation using criteria or an events. So in this, within the Dynamics CRM, using our application that is Alerts for Dynamics, you can simply create an alerts there are different types of an alerts, that is event-based alert, rule-based alert, record-based alert, global announcement-based alert. So in depth about what exactly this alerts all does, I will detail you while giving the demonstration. So let me give you a glimpse about what exactly this alerts are. Like you can create different types of an alerts within the system based on the action that you perform, whether it could be a event or it could be a condition based alert. So all of this you can define it within the application. Next is email digest workflow. So to give you an example, let's say on a daily basis, if a user is getting a lot of notification in his notification panel, there may be a chances where he can miss some of the notification, or this could be also like whenever if a user is on a leave or on a vacation. So there are multiple notification that may be hitting into a system. So if he wanted to know like what all the notification through an email, so that provision is pretty much possible. We have added up, like user will be getting an email based on the frequency that you define, either daily, weekly, or monthly, how you wanted to receive an email of all of the notification. So yes, that option is pretty much possible. The alert duration. So you can define the alert duration, like when you wanted to start the alert and how long you wanted to run those alert. That's up to the user's choice. And you define the priority, whether it should be categorized as a information, warning, or a critical. So you can set those options. And also we have given the provision where the users can able to easily dismiss or an auto dismiss. That is the one-time configuration need to do it. So based on the configuration, whether you want the users to dismiss the alert or an auto dismissable, all that capabilities are part of this application. And next come the post notification. This is something recently we have added up to as an addition to our solution. That is, you can tag the users and create a custom post messages on the record timeline itself to deliver, like it gets immediately notified to the users within the CRM so that he can act upon it. So this I will be demonstrating you in detail while showing the demonstration part of alerts for Dynamics. And the define audience. So when I say define audience, you define the target audience, whom you wanted to send an alerts, whether you wanted to send it to any particular team itself, or you wanted to send it to any all of the users in the employee of an organization, or any based on the security role. So all these options you can configure it within the application, and that's how the alerts will get triggered and notified to the users. And display options. So we have currently 3 different types of and how you can show the alert. That is either as a pop-up, form notification, and email notification. So these are all the 3 different types of display options that how you can show the alerts to the users. So these are all some of the key features of alerts for Dynamics. Let's see all of these key features in a live action. So now let me switch back to my CRM window. So for the webinar purpose, I've already pre-configured alerts for Dynamics in one of my demo environment. And if you could see, I've logged in with 2 different users. One is Sam. Sam is the having organization level access, who is the sales manager of this current organization. And on the other window, I've logged in as other user, that is Joy Smith, who is a salesperson of this organization. So how does this alert shows? How does the alerts occur within the system? You wanted to know that, right? So you see a bell icon in the ribbon on the top of the ribbon, and you see this bell icon along with the red dot. To give you more example, like how we get a notification in the LinkedIn. So any new notification that comes with the red dot highlights indicates that something new notification is there, right? The same concept is over here as well. So whenever any new notification receives for this any of the user, this bell icon along with the red dot, that means something, a new notification has been notified. So there are different levels of an alert, like display option. As I said, you can show it as a pop-up, or as a form, or an email. So based upon the configuration. So over here also, we will take the same. Let's take an example. As I said, this is Sam is the sales manager and Joy Smith is the salesperson of this organization. So to give you more insights and more clarity about the event-based alert, let's start with the event-based alert. So you want, like, whenever any new record has been assigned to that respective salesperson, or whenever any new lead has been assigned to that respective salesperson or any of the user, the alert should get triggered and should get notified to the users. So this is how the simple example or the use cases I could say, or even there could be also an example or a use cases, like I can take it as like there is a service manager and he wants that case to be assigned to one of these user. And as soon as the case has been assigned, the notification should get immediately notified to that respective users. Let's see how that works over here. So let me take a case entity record. And let's assign one of this case to the other user. Let's say Joe Smith. We will assign to the Joe Smith. Let's say, for example, this is the case. And within the system, as a user or as a manager, if I want to assign this record to one of my team or say team person, so what I can do is I can simply. So as of now, if you see, Joe Smith won't able to see any new notification. Now let's assign and see how it works. So now this case has been assigned. So what it should happen over here is, as soon as this case has been assigned to the Joe Smith as an owner. So now if I go into the Joe Smith account, Joe Smith should be able to see alerts with the new notification. So since the workflow and the plugins are running in the background, it takes a few seconds in order to get the alert created and triggered to the user. So I signed a case and Joe Smith is the owner. Let me check it over here in this. So there you see, I can see a red dot that indicates that alert something, a new notification has been there. I can click onto that and I see, hey, this case has been assigned to me as a user. I can directly click on open that record within the notification panel and I can navigate to that record and start working on this. So as soon as the user who gets a notification, he can immediately act upon it and implement the right action at the right time to increase the productivity and the efficiency. So this way, if the users wants so this is one of the event which I was talking about, like how you can trigger an alert based on the use cases which I've said, that this could be also applicable in many ways. Like whenever a lead is assigned to the salesperson or lead is generated in the system, it should get immediately assigned to the salesperson and they should get notified through the different ways of an alerts options that we have, either through an email or through within the system or a form notification. So this could be more applicable in many ways. So you can also correlate like how it can be really adding a value in your real-time business practice. So now you may be thinking, just this is an event that has been happening, like small action that has been performed, the alert has been triggered and it is getting notified to the user. How about if I have some certain conditions? Will that be able to satisfy and will that able to trigger that to the respective users? Yes, that is also pretty much possible. You have a set of rules and based on the rule, the alert should get triggered to and notified to the user. So for that, we have a alerts called as a rule-based alert. So that is also called as a condition-based alert because you define the criteria, you define the rule, you define the condition. So based on that, the alerts will get triggered and it get notified to the users. So in this case, what example I have taken over here is that the same as a sales manager, he wants all of his salesperson to follow up on those accounts whose invoices are in due. That means the upcoming invoices which are in due within this month, I want all the invoices to be closed or the payments to get collected. So this is the use cases which I've kept it since the sales manager wants his sales to get immediately act upon all those accounts whose invoices are in due. Right. So that is something, a condition that I'm specifying it, right? So for that, I have set the created an alert, the rule-based alert and the rule mode. We have two options over here. Either you can select it as a simple. When you select it as a simple, you get all of the views. Like based on the view that you selected, the alerts will get created and triggered. But however, if you select it as an advanced, you need to input the fetch XML value. So If you see the fetch XML value, by seeing this, you may assume it is really a complex task for me to enter all of this fetch XML value. It is absolutely not. It is very much easier, like how we do it in the advanced filter within the dynamic CRM. Put the condition and click on download fetch XML query. You can simply copy paste that and put that XML value over here. So that's what I have added it in here as well. And you define the interval, how long you wanted to run this. So what exactly it will do is every 2 hours, it will check for this condition. And if it satisfies, it creates an alert and that get notified to the user. And when it creates an alert, what you wanted to notify, right? So for that, we have a messages. What messages that you wanted to notify? For that, you can create a multiple messages for a single alert as well, that we do have options. However, I have already created one message. So let's look at what message I have created. So payment immediate follow-up is a message that the notification alert I've created. The process start date alert as a pop-up. So here you can define the alert as a pop-up, form, or an email notification, or user choice, alert categories. And this is the important part, like the notification message. So we have a provision where you can either send it as a plain text message or a rich text message as well. So over here, I've added a hello team, make sure we are getting this payment before this quarter ends. This message, which I wanted to convey to all of my sales team, I've added up the rich text field message and the target audience. So by default, if you don't specify any audience over here, in that case, it will get that alerts will get triggered to all the users within the system. If suppose any user has been added or based on the security rule, that is also pretty much possible. So as of now, I don't want any target audience to be set it over here. So that means it will trigger to all the users and it gets notified. But you see on the ribbon, you see a message that until and unless I activate this message, the alerts won't get triggered and notified. So for that, I will click on activate. So as soon as I activate, so what it will happen over here is that the alerts will check for the condition which we have set, and it looks for those accounts whose invoices are in due. If any accounts whose invoices are in due within this month, in that case, the alerts will get created and it will get notified to the user. Let's see, go and check in the Joy Smith account whether alerts has been seen or not. As of now, Joy Smith won't see any new alert. So there you see immediately as I click on action, I can see a notification with a red dot bell icon. I can click onto it and I see. So these are all the accounts whose invoices are in due. I can directly click on that account, navigate to that, and what all the next action set of actions which the sales team wants to perform, they can do it and update the record accordingly. Isn't it great? Like based on the condition you define, the alerts get generated and it gets notified to the users at the right time, so that right actions can be performed or implemented by the respective users. This could be also applicable in many ways. Your many organization has different criteria in order to get the alerts to get triggered. So this was one of the example which I was talking about. You can also you can also use this condition-based alert in a many different way based on your daily business practice. So now I have created an alert. If suppose you wanted to see, if I wanted to send any custom tagging, like tagging in the sense, if I wanted to tag any users and I'm sending any custom messages, will that be possible? Yes. So if I'm standing on one of the record, let's take an account entity record. For example, as a sales manager, let's take a real-time use cases. As a sales manager, I'm working on I'm seeing this potential account. So this is something very potential, and it was also like I see a huge potential. Right. So as I wanted to tag one of my sales team person, and I wanted to inform one of the messages, like how it is critical, how important this account is. So make sure that you follow up this account regularly. a kind of a custom messages which I wanted to send it to my user sales team. As a sales team, not salesperson. So what I can do is I will create a post. I can simply tag those users. You can at a time you can tag multiple users. That option is also pretty much possible. Like how we do in the Outlook, like we are tagging that and giving messages the same way which I will do it over here. Make sure this is potential account. Follow regularly. And I'm creating a post. So now what exactly it will happen over here is the users who has been tagged, they will immediately get notified about the along with the messages which the custom messages which they have added up. So if I go and check in the Joe Smith account, so this post notification which the user has created, the sales manager which he has created, which you can see in the timeline as well, that you can go and check in the Joe Smith account as well. Let me show you that. So now I see there is a notification along with the red dot. I can click onto it. What was it? I see, make sure this potential account follow up regularly. I can click onto that, navigate to that particular account, and I see that in the timeline as well. That has been tagged to me. So isn't it great, like the post notification, like how you can simply tag the users and send the custom messages as per your choice. So this way the users can easily get notified and they can take the immediate actions. So now the sales manager has tagged him. Again, this is the potential account. Make sure you follow up regularly. So will I be able to set any record level follow up against this particular record or record level alerts? So yes, you can. So within this account, if I wanted to set up any follow against this particular record, since my manager has said to me, like this is a potential account, as a sales user or as a salesperson, if I wanted to create any record level alerts, how can I do that? So yes, we do have a provision for that. Like you can simply go to that within this record level alert, you can create so over here within for this particular account, I can create an alert. I can click on new. We'll set it as a not a renewal follow. Two-month follow. The kind of what naming convention that you are giving to the it should be up to you how you want what you wanted to give it in the naming convention. So once you have added up, the next step is as simple like you create a new messages and what messages that you wanted to set it again this particular account. I can do that. So now once you have created that, so now whenever a new this record was in follow up for the upcoming 2 months, the alerts will get triggered based on the process start date that you set it. And accordingly, you see the alerts for this particular account. So this way, the salesperson can rigorously touch in with this potential account whom they wanted to do, and they can do the appropriate actions. So this how you can set the record level alert as well. And now I was saying like this, let's say this salesperson is going on a vacation for a long time, or within a week he's been on a leave for some reason. There could be a sick leave, holidays, or a vacation, a kind of an example. But even when he comes into the system, he may getting a lot of notification, right? So there may be, let's take clicking on this notification, you see a lot of notification that are coming into and hitting into the system. So which is a really hectic and which he may miss. There may be chances of missing few of the important tasks which he needs to perform. So for that, we have recently come up with the feature that is the email digest workflow. Like user based on the frequency that you set it, either a daily, weekly, or monthly, you will get an email with all of the alerts that has been triggered to you, and they can able to see within an email, the email ledger's workflow, all of the alerts. And if any actions need to perform, they can simply click onto that and they can navigate to that particular record and they can take upon the immediate action. What was the alert, and they can do it accordingly. So this is what the email digest workflow action that we have recently added up based upon the prospects and the customers request. Like since we are getting a multiple notification, will that get summarized in an email so that I can take appropriate action whenever I see those email record as soon as they get a time. So that's why we have implemented incorporated this within this solution. So this is all about a glimpse overall about how the Alerts for Dynamics application works, where it notifies the user at the right time to implement the right actions, thereby increasing the productivity. Now, shortly, you will receive a poll on the features that you like the most in Alerts for Dynamics. So you might have seen a poll on your screen. So it would be great if you can kindly cast your vote on the poll that you see. So if you have casted your vote, so I can switch to my presentation. Thanks for casting your vote. Let me switch back to my presentation. So Alerts for Dynamics supported version is Microsoft Dynamics 9.0 and above, as well as in the Dataverse, which can be deployed on online and on-premise 9.1 and above. So to get started with this, Alerts for Dynamics is really simple. Like you can download the solution from Microsoft App Stores as well as from our website. If you need any assistance in setting up the trial at your end, do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We'll be happy to assist you. Let's have a Q&A session. So I would appreciate if you can put your questions in the chat window so that I can answer your queries. So thanks, Andrea. I guess I hope you like the session, and if you have any questions arises later down in the session, you can drop us an email at crm@inogic.com. I appreciate your time and effort for the session, and also Abhiraj, if you have any questions, you can feel free to put it in the chat window. Okay, if no more questions from the attendees, then I hope let's wind up this session. Then I would appreciate once again for taking a time and attending this session. Yeah, so thanks, Toki Andre, for that. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you all liked this session and enjoyed. So yeah, look forward to you in the another session we have in the later. Thanks. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.